Hey everybody, Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in on you. I hope that everything's going good. Look, I'm just sitting up and riding around, and on a lighter note, something was brought to my attention, and the more I looked at it, it's a lighter note in the sense of maybe it's not something that I will get all riled up about. You know, it's a battle between two wealthy people, one wealthier than the other, and fighting over entitlement and privilege. But it makes a point that I think is worth acknowledging. Anybody that knows anything about basketball knows that Spike Lee is the eternal Knicks fan. He travels and supports them, but he's definitely a staple in the Madison Square Garden when the Knicks are playing. He's like the fixture in the same way that Jack Nicholson is for the Lakers. He's there, he's loud, he's into it, and I think he spends something like $300,000 a year to do it. If I'm not mistaken, $300,000 a year to have that seat at courtside and support the Knicks and be whatever it is he does. All right, so that's that. You know, with everything that's going on, this is where this starts. It starts with a black filmmaker who is wealthy, spending $300,000 to support a sports team. And so you can say everything you want to say about that, but that's not why I'm here to get in. I'm going to make a point. Okay, for the last 28 years, Spike has been using the employee entrance at the Garden to get in and get to his seat. He doesn't use the general entrance. He doesn't use the VIP entrance. He uses the employee entrance. Well, the last game, I want to say, whatever it was, last night before last, he was stopped and wasn't allowed to enter, and it became a big deal. And basically the Knicks told him, you know, no, we don't give a shit, basically, how much money you spend. You're going to have to go through the VIP entrance like everybody else. You're no longer going to be allowed to come through the employee entrance. Spike makes a big deal about it. They drop a press release saying that it's laughable that he's making a big issue about nothing. He's welcome to come anytime he wants to. He's just going to have to come through the same entrance that all the other celebrities come through. He's not going to be treated special. Well, my thing is, if I'm thinking from a business perspective and just out of how I get down, if somebody's spending $300,000 a year and they've been that loyal for that long, and, you know, they've done it already, it's not like they're asking for something different. This is what they've always done. Let them come through the freaking employee entrance. What's the big deal, right? Well, no, the Knicks are not going to do it. So why am I bringing all of this up, you know, with everything that's else what's going on, is to make this point. You can't buy your way into acceptance. You can't buy your way into inclusion. They will take your money. They will give you a certain space, but at some point, they're going to remind you that you are being allowed to be a part of something they created. And until we get to the point to where we are creating our own, we will consistently be reminded of this even after we have bought our way in, or so we think. Again, you know, to each his own. I don't have time to tell Spike how to spend his money. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother time, a whole nother conversation. What I'm saying is, at some point, we're going to have to get the fact that no matter how much money we have, we are not going to be acknowledged and perceived and received as equals in their world, even though they stole so much of what makes their world from us. It's theirs. We're going to have to recreate our own. We're going to have to establish and build our own, or we're going to consistently have to accept being second-class citizens. My thing is, you know, I'm not as hardcore, hardline as some of my colleagues who go hard in the paint for our people, where we don't do anything. I done fought too hard in this life not to have some fun. not to find something I can enjoy myself with. I have just gotten to a point now where it doesn't have to be around them. I don't have to be, but I don't judge those who want to get out and go to a game. My thing is there's so much more to be done, but I can tell you that the best warriors have R&R. That's rest and relaxation, where you get away from it and you find something to sink yourself into that's not about the war. If you go hard all the time and you never quit, you will burn out. Ask me. I've had 2 stints in the last 3 years in ICU. So I'm not tripping on somebody having fun at the game, but 300,000 to be treated like that, that's a hard one for me to figure out. But what I'm getting at here is real simple. If we want to be first class, we have to create the environment that makes us first class. It's that simple. On that note, I'm going to check out of here. I'm going to go do what I got to do. And I'm going to check in with you a couple of more times during the day. I got a lot of stuff to share. I've been working on a lot of stuff. And hopefully, what I share with you will inspire you, encourage you, empower you, and more. Don't forget to support the work that we're doing at the Odyssey Project. That's so important. So go down, look in the description box, click the link, and support the work we're doing. On that note, I'm out of here.